Your baby is doing something right now that most parents completely miss. It might look ordinary, maybe even a little strange. You might have even worried about it at some point. But developmental scientists have been quietly studying these exact behaviors for decades, and what they've found is remarkable. Some of the smallest things your baby does may be early windows into a brain that's developing faster than average. In this video, I'm walking you through 7 of them, each one grounded in real developmental research. Behavior number 1. Your baby locks onto faces for much longer than expected. Not glances, real, sustained eye contact that almost feels like they're reading you. Developmental psychologist Dr. Joseph Fagan spent much of his career studying this, and he found something fascinating. Babies who held their visual attention longer on novel faces and patterns tended to score higher on cognitive measures years later. His work became the foundation for what's now called the Fagan test of infant intelligence. Why does it matter? Because when your baby stares that intently, their brain isn't idle. It's running comparisons, noticing micro-expressions, and building a mental library of what human beings look like. That quiet stare is cognitive heavy lifting in disguise. Behavior number 2 is one that actually frustrates a lot of parents. Your baby gets bored with toys incredibly fast. You hand them the shiny new rattle, they inspect it for maybe 90 seconds, and they're already done. You might have wondered if something's wrong. It's almost always the opposite. Researchers call this rapid habituation, and a 2018 paper in the journal Intelligence found that infants who lost interest in familiar stimuli quickly, who moved on faster, tended to show stronger cognitive performance later in childhood. Your baby's brain has essentially said, "Got it. Understood. What's next?" That impatience is their brain asking for new data to process. Behavior number 3 might surprise you because it can look like fussiness. Your baby is extraordinarily sensitive to their environment. Sudden sounds make them startle hard. Bright lights bother them. They notice when you change shirts or rearrange the living room. Psychologist Dr. Elaine Aron's research on sensory processing sensitivity suggests that some infants have nervous systems that simply take in more sensory information per second than others. More data coming in means more for the brain to sort, categorize, and make sense of. It can look overwhelming from the outside, but internally, that baby is running far more background processing than their calmer peers. High sensitivity, in many cases, is an early expression of high perceptiveness. And the next behavior on this list is the one most pediatricians say parents misread the most. So stay with me for this one. Behavior number 4 is all about your face, specifically your eyes, your mouth, your eyebrows. Your baby reaches for those features with what almost looks like curiosity turning into study. Dr. Andrew Meltzoff at the University of Washington has been researching this for more than 30 years. His work suggests that babies who repeatedly explore adult facial features may be activating the mirror neuron system earlier and more intensely than average. Mirror neurons are the neural basis of empathy, social understanding, and language learning. So when your baby pats your cheek and stares into your eyes, they may be doing something profound. They're building the architecture of human connection from the inside out. Behavior number 5 is one that exhausts parents and confuses pediatricians in equal measure. Some babies just don't sleep as much as the charts say they should. And when they're awake, they're sharp, wide-eyed, scanning, watching everything. Most baby books describe low sleep as a problem, but there's a subset of babies where it appears to be something quite different. Research published in the Journal of Child Psychology and Psychiatry has suggested that infants with more advanced cognitive processing may actually need less sleep during certain developmental phases, because their waking brain is so engaged in active learning. That doesn't make parenting them easier. Let me be honest, it can be brutal. But it does reframe what you're seeing. Your baby isn't broken. Their brain may simply be running at a pace that needs more awake time to satisfy itself. Now let's talk about behavior number 6, because this one is often mistaken for random noise. Your baby babbles with real intention. They make a sound, then they pause. They look at your face. They wait. If you respond, their eyes light up and they babble back. Scottish developmental psychologist Colwyn Trevarthen studied this rhythm in the 1970s and called it proto-conversation. His research showed that babies who demonstrate this turn-taking pattern early, sometimes as young as 2 months, often have language centers that are developing ahead of schedule. This isn't cute mimicry. It's your baby practicing the fundamental rules of human communication before they even have words. They understand, at some level, that conversation is a dance of waiting and responding. That's an advanced social cognition skill showing up incredibly early. And behavior number 7 is the one I find the most beautiful of all. Your baby mirrors your facial expressions, and they do it very, very young, sometimes within the first days of life. You stick your tongue out, they stick theirs out. You widen your eyes, theirs widen too. You slowly open your mouth, they try to match you. Dr. Andrew Meltzoff's famous newborn imitation studies showed that this isn't a reflex. It requires the infant to see your face, translate what they're seeing into a motor plan, and execute it using muscles they can't even see on themselves. That cross-modal mapping is sophisticated cognitive work. When a newborn mirrors you back, it strongly suggests that the higher regions of their cortex are already active, already paying attention, already learning how to be a person in relationship with other people. So let's pull all 7 together quickly so you can carry them with you. Long visual fixation on faces and patterns. Rapid boredom with familiar toys. Heightened sensory sensitivity, reaching specifically for facial features. Less sleep paired with sharper alertness. Intentional, pausing babble, and early facial mirroring. Researchers generally agree that if a baby consistently shows 3 or more of these in the first year, it's worth paying closer attention to how their cognitive development is unfolding. These aren't guarantees of giftedness, no single infant assessment is, but they are meaningful signals from a brain that is wiring itself at a faster or richer pace than average. So if you're watching this wondering what you're supposed to do with all of it, the answer is probably gentler than you'd expect. You don't need flashcards. You don't need fancy toys. Talk to your baby. Make eye contact when you feed them. Respond when they babble. Let them study your face. Follow their curiosity instead of directing it. Study after study has shown that the single most powerful driver of healthy cognitive development in the first 3 years of life isn't a product or a program. It's a responsive, engaged caregiver. That's you. Whatever your baby is becoming, they're becoming it partly because you're paying attention. That matters more than you probably realize. If this helped you see your baby's small behaviors in a new light, consider subscribing to Baby Psychology. Every week, we break down what's actually happening inside your baby's mind, backed by real developmental research, explained in plain language. And if you found this video useful, a quick like genuinely helps other parents find the channel. Thanks for being here.